I mean, she's obviously really, really good. I mean, she's fast. She can find things in transition, but, she can work off of a ball screen as good as anybody and find people. And, especially when she's surrounded by shooters, that's hard coverage, especially when you have a five-player that picks and pops too, that can provide some extra challenge. So I thought, especially in the first half, I thought she just ate our lunch. And I thought we did better in the second, but nonetheless, she really just makes them go.
Coach, I thought both teams at times struggled from the floor. Do you think it was just great defense? Do you think there was just a little struggle on the offensive side of the ball for both teams?
I mean, I don't necessarily want to speak for them. I think we are better defensively, and they've always been really good defensively, and they're long. I think for us, I mean, we fouled, so it didn't really, our defense doesn't count if you foul somebody 22 times and you put them to the free throw line 20 times. That's, does that count as good defense? I don't know. But I think, we have to find different ways, especially when Reagan Beers is in foul trouble. We got to find different ways to be able to get something a little bit easier in the paint, and they make it really challenging to do that. So our, we got a long way to go. We have some moments that you can see flashes of us, but we don't have consistency yet, and so that's something we've got to be able to find, especially offensively in terms of the flow of the offense.
Coach, are you expecting a game this physical?
Oh, every game in the SEC is physical. I think if you don't expect it to be physical, you're in the wrong league. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this game was more physical than any other game that we've played so far. And I've only been in a year last year and this year, but I don't think there's a more physical league out there.
Payton, this is for you coming back. You played at Louisville and coming back here to Memorial. Just what was that like for you? Do you remember playing here before and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I played against Kentucky once before I got to Oklahoma, and it was actually at Louisville. So this is my first time playing here. Yes, playing in this arena. So obviously they brought a great crowd, and I feel like that's something too when you come to the SEC that's really special. So hopefully we'll continue getting this outlook too for different games. But yeah, it was what I expected.
Payton, obviously you guys were led by Aaliyah today. Can you talk about watching a freshman be able to develop and show up on the stage, and how you and your fellow leaders kind of empower the younger group to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like especially at Oklahoma, we have a very free-flowing offense. So it's kind of, I would assume, a basketball player's dream to come and play for this system. So I think that we can just continue to get each other easier looks, her and Reagan. Obviously, I think we're really good when Reagan gets touches in the paint. Like statistically, that's been proven. We've seen that in film, and we see it every day. So I would love for us to get more looks in there to get easier shots on the outside. And like you said, maybe then we'll see our shot starts fall more.
Coach, when Beers had to go out for that before after getting in foul trouble, those were some big minutes for your team without her out there on the court. And obviously they kept it in, even though Beers is very, very talented. So what about that kind of showed what your team could be whenever Reagan has to go out?
Well, I don't know if you necessarily really got to see our team in any kind of a flow today with or without Reagan, but we've got to get more confidence in Brooklyn Stewart and Beatrice Culleton. They both have a lot of experience. Obviously, Brooklyn's a freshman, and she had freshman moments today. You could see that because she was in as much foul trouble as Reagan was. But I think that's kind of the name of the game right now. Is obviously you want to win every game you play, but we've got to be able to get them enough experience to be able to see what it's like and feel what it's like. And I don't know if it's fair to have Payton play 40 minutes or Aaliyah to play 40 minutes, and then you expect them to make pretty big shots at the end. So those are things that we've got to do a better job of. Our bench has been really good. In the last two games, they've been a little hesitant, and I think that makes a difference for us because I think this is not the first game that Reagan has been in foul trouble. I know that's shocking to all of you, but it isn't, and so we have to find other ways, and we have plenty of experience, but I don't think we showed it tonight.
And what's it like kind of for both of you coaching and playing a game where you said the flow is not really there and kind of brought up earlier, maybe it was good defense, but like you said, there's a lot of fouls. So what's it like kind of coaching and playing a game where you can't really get a flow going? It's a lot of stop and starting and having to readjust.
I mean, it's way more fun when you're in a flow. It's more fun for fans. It's more fun for the players to play. It's more fun for coaches to watch them start to make the reads. I think that was the challenge for us tonight is, and this has been a challenge all season, and this is when again, I don't want to, again, keep saying, oh, we're so young, because we have enough experience too, but there's a difference of playing in a flow in a full court and half court than just in a full court. We are really good in just a full court sometimes, not tonight, but sometimes. We're not so much yet in a half court, and so we've got to be able to find that balance. And so, is it fun? I don't know. Ask me in a month, I'll tell you. Because right now, no, that wasn't fun at all. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree with
You
everything.
asked.
Yeah.
Coach, one last thing for me. So Aaliyah down the stretch, I thought her ability kind of, almost tied the game up, and she come down the floor and made some really tough shots. Just talk about her, just what she brings to your team.
I mean, Aaliyah's special, and I think we know that. I think Aaliyah's still trying to find her way, and a lot of the times when she's even shooting it, she's always been a ball-dominant guard, and I think that's a challenge of finding out when you're a ball-dominant guard, when you need to shoot, when you need to get your team involved. And you could tell tonight she was really, especially in the first half, she was really hesitant in what she was doing. I think she's getting better. I think she's learning, but you can put the ball in her hands. It's like Payton, she didn't necessarily shoot well the game before, but that doesn't mean we're not going to put the ball in her hands. I'm going to put the ball in her hands every time too. So I don't necessarily worry whether or not the ball goes in the basket. You want it to, but watching her try to do what she needed to do or put people in positions, Payton's the same way. There's some special things coming, and when the floodgates open for us, we're going to be really good. I just hope they open a little sooner than later.
Coach, how do you sort of try to instill more confidence and motivate your younger players when the stakes are getting higher and higher?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what we're trying right now, is trying to navigate that. Sometimes you're too positive, sometimes you're not positive enough, sometimes you're trying to learn, but I don't ever want to put freshmen in a box. I want them to, I don't know what they can do. And so one thing I do know is if you're nervous, you don't get to play. If you're excited and you make mistakes, by all means, you saw people play through mistakes tonight. Like, that's fine. And that's something that's a little bit different for us. We've had so much depth, and I think our depth has shown their inexperience. I think there's times where it's like you can come out and we look like deer in headlights, and then there's times where we come out and we're real confident. And so as a coach, it's hard because I know what I'm going to get with Payton. I know what I'm going to get with somebody. I know what I'm going to get with somebody else. With them, you don't quite know yet. So I think you just have to, experience is our best teacher, and we just got to live with it a little bit too. But I mostly just yell at them. That's our motivation. Sorry, again, you asked.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you all. Appreciate you guys covering them.